Hello everyone, I welcome you all to my online classes. This is Om Maths Corner. Today we shall discuss under vector algebra. Today we shall discuss under our revision plan very important questions. This video contains total 16 questions under the topic vector algebra revision plan. Very important questions. If the student has completed one time the whole syllabus, then if he is pursuing the revision plan, then he or she must watch this video at least one time. So let us proceed now. The very first question is, for the given vectors vector a 2i minus j plus 2k and b is equal to minus I plus j minus k, find the unit vector in the direction of a plus vector b. So here first of all we find vector a plus vector b. We are writing the value of a and b as 2i minus j plus 2k plus minus I plus j minus k. Now corresponding components of I, j and k, they will be added. 2 minus 1 is equal to 1i, minus j plus j is 0j, 2k minus 1k is 1k. Okay, now suppose this whole to be C vector. Vector C is equal to vector A plus vector B. We suppose this, let. So what is the question? Question is, what is C cap? That is, what is C vector divide its magnitude? Right? Now how to find the magnitude? Magnitude of C, it means square root of, what is the coefficient of I? This is 1, its whole square. What is the coefficient of j? It is 0, its square. What is coefficient of k? This is 1, its whole square. So this becomes equal to 1 plus 1, which is equal to square root of 2. Now what happens? What is C vector? Just C divide magnitude of C, that is 1 upon square root of 2 into vector C. What is that? This is I plus K. So this is the required unit vector in the direction of A plus B. Question number 2. Find a vector in the direction of vector 5i minus j plus 2k which has magnitude 8 units. So first of all we suppose this vector to be vector A. So to find the required vector, first of all we find the magnitude of vector A. So this is equal to square root of, what is coefficient of I? This is 5, its whole square, plus what is coefficient of j? This is minus 1, its whole square, plus what is coefficient of k? This is 2, its whole square. And solving this we have 5 5 25 plus 1 plus 4. So this is equal to 30, square root of 30, right? Now what is unit vector? Unit vector mean A cap, which is equal to vector A divide magnitude of vector A, right? And what is required vector having magnitude 8 unit? Required vector is equal to 8 times the unit vector. So what we write here, 8 times unit vector mean is equal to 8 into 8 upon magnitude of vector A into vector A itself. So what is the result? 8 upon square root of 30 into what is vector A? This is 5i minus j plus 2k. So this is the required answer. Question number 3. Find the projection of the vector I plus 3j plus 7k. Suppose this is vector A on the vector 7i minus j plus 8k. Suppose this is vector B. So what we write? Projection of the vector A on B. Projection of the vector A on B is equal to vector A dot vector B divide magnitude of vector B. Okay, so what we have here, first of all we need to find what is magnitude of B. Magnitude of B mean, what is coefficient of I? This is 7, its whole square, plus what is coefficient of J? Minus 1, its whole square, plus what is coefficient of K? 8, its whole square. So this becomes square root of 49 plus 1 plus 64, which is again equal to square root of 114. So what is the value of magnitude of vector B? Square root 114. Now we need to find the product of vector A and vector B. That is, we write it as vector A is I plus 3j plus 7k dot product B. B vector is 7i minus j plus 8k and divide magnitude of vector B. The value is square root of 114 is equal to I dot A dot B. How to find? Coefficient of I is 1. Here coefficient of I is 7. Product. Plus coefficient of J is 3. Here coefficient of J is minus 1. Plus coefficient of K is 7 into coefficient of K is 8. Divide square root of 114. So again this is equal to 1 into 7, 3 into minus 1, 7 into 8, whole divide square root of 114, which is again equal to 60 divide square root of 114. So this is the projection of the vector A on vector B. Question number 4. Find magnitude of vector A and magnitude of vector B if vector A plus vector B dot product vector A minus vector B is equal to 8 and magnitude of vector A is equal to 8 times magnitude of vector B. So here first of all dot product A plus B, we take the first term is A, then this dot symbol, the second bracket, whole bracket, vector A minus vector B. Now we take the second element which is vector B, again this dot symbol, this is must, dot is very much necessary. A minus B is equal to 8. Now A dot A, this minus symbol, A dot B plus B dot A minus B dot B is equal to 8. Now the meaning of A dot A is magnitude of A its whole square minus A dot B. Here B dot A we can write this as A dot B also, minus like this is also magnitude of B whole square is equal to 8. Now magnitude of A mean 8. 8 into magnitude of B its whole square minus this is plus minus this is negative cancelled, minus magnitude of B whole square is equal to 8. 8 into 8 64 magnitude of B square minus magnitude of B square is equal to 8, mean to say 63 magnitude of B whole square is equal to 8. So the value of magnitude of B whole square is 8 upon 63. So from this we can conclude magnitude of B is equal to square root of 8 divide 63. So from this we can find value of magnitude of A, 8 into square root of 8 upon square root 63. Here we can also write square root 8 equal to 2 square root 2 divide 63, 9 into 7 63 mean to say 3 into square root of 7. So here we can also substitute this value, 8 into 2 is 16 divides 3. Next is square root of 2 upon 7. So this is the required result. Question number 5. If vector A is equal to 2i plus 2j plus 3k, vector B is equal to minus I plus 2j plus k, vector C is equal to 3i plus j, right, are such that vector A plus lambda vector B is perpendicular to vector C, then find the value of lambda. First of all, this vector A plus lambda vector B is perpendicular to vector C. So this implies vector A plus lambda vector B is perpendicular to vector C, implies A plus lambda vector B dot product with this C is equal to 0. Right? Now what is A vector? This is 2i plus 2j plus 3k plus lambda into B vector is minus I plus 2j plus 1k. Okay, this whole inside one bracket dot what is C? C vector is 3i plus j, this should be equal to 0. Now how to find the sum? This implies 2 minus 1 lambda into I plus 2 plus 2 lambda plus 3 plus 1 lambda into k, this was into j, and dot product, here this is the bracket, dot product, this is 3i plus 1j plus we can write again next 0k is equal to 0. So now coefficient of I is 2 minus lambda dot into coefficient of I is 3 plus coefficient of j is 2 plus 2 lambda into coefficient of j is 1 plus coefficient of k is 3 plus lambda. Here coefficient of k is 0 is equal to 0. Multiplying this, we have 3 into 2 6 minus 3 lambda plus 2 plus 2 lambda is equal to 0. So this again gives us minus 3 lambda plus 2 lambda is 1 lambda is equal to 6 plus 2 8. So this is the required value of lambda. Lambda is equal to 8. Question number 6. Show that magnitude of vector A into B plus magnitude of vector B into A is perpendicular to magnitude of vector A into vector B minus magnitude of vector B into A for any two non-zero vectors, vector A and vector B. So first of all, this vector is perpendicular to this vector implies that is magnitude of vector B into vector B plus magnitude of vector B into A is perpendicular to magnitude of vector B into B minus magnitude of vector B into vector A. This implies the dot product of these two vectors is equal to 0. That is, dot product of this first vector is written inside this vector, second vector this whole is written inside this vector, their dot product is 0. Now we shall prove this. First of all, taking first element, that is magnitude of vector A into B vector, now dot the whole bracket, this whole second bracket is written here. Now next, this second element plus magnitude of B vector into A, again dot product the whole bracket is here, right? Now this is here is equal to 0. Now again what we write, dot product of this first element with this first element, okay, this first element into this first element, one bracket, next is this minus sign, now this element dot this element this way, now here this element dot first element of the bracket this way, next is this minus sign, this element dot this element, and next is equal to 0. Now again we can write this as magnitude of A in dot magnitude of magnitude of A into magnitude of A is magnitude of A whole square, B dot B, B dot B mean magnitude of B whole square, minus magnitude of A into magnitude of B, here B dot A, plus magnitude of B magnitude of A, that is we write it as magnitude of A into magnitude of B into A dot B, plus magnitude B dot into magnitude of B is magnitude of B whole square, A dot A is also magnitude of A whole square is equal to 0. So this means what we need find here this is the minus sign, this is plus and this is minus, cancelled, B dot A is equal to A dot B, so this is minus, this is plus, so 0 is equal to 0, we say hence proved. What is proved? The given vector is perpendicular to this second vector. Now next question. Question number 7. If vector A, B, vector C are unit vectors such that A plus B plus C is equal to 0 vector, then find the value of A dot B plus B dot C plus C dot A. So first of all, A, B, C are unit vectors. The meaning of this is A, B, C are unit vectors implies magnitude of A equal to 1, magnitude B equal to 1, magnitude of C is also equal to 1. Now this is also given, that is vector A plus vector B plus vector C is equal to 0. So we can also write A plus B plus C dot A plus B plus C equal to 0 dot 0. So here we solve this. First term is A vector dot the whole bracket plus second term is vector B dot the whole bracket plus this C vector dot the whole bracket. Right hand side is 0 dot 0 mean 0. So again we can write this as A dot A plus A dot B plus A dot C, first bracket is over, plus B dot A, we can write this as A dot B plus B dot B plus B dot C, second bracket is over, plus C dot A plus C dot B or B dot C, that is same thing, plus C dot C, right hand side is 0. Right, now what is A dot A? This is magnitude of A whole square plus A dot B, A dot B, it means 2 times A dot B plus A dot C, C dot A, that is same thing, 2 times C dot A plus B dot B mean magnitude of B whole square plus B dot C, B dot C, 2 times magnitude of B dot C, B dot C, lastly C dot C whole square, it mean magnitude of C whole square, that is equal to 0. Now value of this is 1, this is also 1 and this is also 1. 1 plus 1 plus 1 is 3. So we write 3 plus, taking 2 common, 2, 2, 2. So we have 3 plus 2 into A dot B plus B dot C plus C dot A is equal to 0. So from this relation we find A dot B plus B dot C plus C dot A is equal to minus 3 divide 2. So this is the required value. Now next question. Now question number 8. Show that the points A 1 2 7, B vector 2 6 3 and C point 3 10 minus 1 are collinear. So for this purpose, to show that these 3 points are collinear, we find first of all what is vector AB. It means position vector of B minus position vector of A, position vector of B or OB minus position vector of A or OA. So the value position vector of B mean 2I plus 6J plus 3K minus position vector of A mean I plus 2J plus 7K. Subtracting 2 minus 1 is 1I, 6 minus 2 is 4J, 3 minus 7 is minus 4K. Similarly, we find BC is equal to position vector of C minus position vector of B, which is equal to C mean 3I plus 10J minus 1K minus B is 2I plus 6J plus 3K. Now 3 minus 2 is minus 1I, 10 minus 6 is plus 4j, minus 1 minus 3 minus 4k. Now if we take minus 1 common, so this becomes like I plus 4j minus 4k, that is equal to, this is equal to minus AB. Similarly, AC is equal to 2I plus 8j minus 8k. So we can write 2 into I plus 4j minus 4k. So this is again equal to vector AB. Okay. So what we find here, all these vectors AB, BC and AC, they are parallel. Okay, because vector BC is equal to lambda vector AB. BC is equal to lambda vector AB. So what we say, lambda here the value is minus 1 and B is common, B. So what we say, A and B, these 2 points are collinear. Similarly here for BC vector and AC vector, or we say AC and AB vector, AC is equal to 2 into AB vector, AC is equal to 2 AB vector, and B is B point, here A point is common, point A is common, A mean 1 to 7 is common, so A point and C point, they are also collinear. Now combining these two results implies point A, B, C are collinear. Okay, hence the result. Now next question. Question number 9. Find a unit vector perpendicular to each of the vectors, vector A plus vector B and vector A minus vector B, where A vector is equal to 3I plus 2j plus 2k, B vector is I plus 2j minus 2k. Here first of all we find A vector plus B vector. So A vector mean 3I plus 2j plus 2k, plus B vector mean I plus 2j minus 2k. So this is equal to 3 plus 1 is 4I, 2 plus 2 is 4j, 2 minus 2 is 0k. Now we name this as vector C. Right? Similarly, we take D to be equal to A minus vector B. Here we put minus sign and result becomes 3 minus 1 is 2I, 2 minus 2 0j, 2 minus minus plus 4k. So this is D vector. So C vector is 4I plus 4j plus 0k, D vector is 2I plus 0j plus 4k. Now question is, find a unit vector which is perpendicular to this and this. So we write any vector perpendicular to vector C and vector D is this, writing I, J, K. Determinant symbol. I coefficient is 4, J coefficient is 4, K coefficient is 0. Here I coefficient is 2, J coefficient 0, K coefficient 4. Now determinant process we solve. I corresponding to I, row and column erased. So 4 into 4 16 minus 0. Next is minus j corresponding to j, row and column removed. So 4 into 4, 16, minus 2 into 0, 0, plus k corresponding to k, column and row removed. 4 into 0, 0, minus 2 into 4, 0 minus 8. So we have 16i minus 16j minus 8k, right? Again we can take here 8 common, so we have 2i minus 2j minus 1k. But the question is find the unit vector. So if we name this as E vector, so unit vector is E vector dot vector E divide magnitude of vector E. So here this is E vector 8 2i minus 2j minus k. Its magnitude is 8 into square root of 2 whole square is 4 minus 2 whole square is 4 plus 1 whole square is 1. 8 cancelled. So this is 4 plus 4 8, 8 plus 1 9, square root 9 3. 2 upon 3i minus 2 upon 3j minus 1 upon 3k. So this is the required unit vector. Now one more thing we can do, we can put here plus minus. So this is minus plus, this is minus plus. So both these two vectors are unit vectors which are perpendicular to a plus b and vector a minus b. Now next question. Question number 10. If a unit vector a makes angle pi by 3 with I, pi by 4 with j, and an acute angle theta with k, then find theta and hence the components of vector A. So first of all, let the components of vector A, that is equal to a1i plus b1j plus c1k. Now we know that if theta is the angle between two vectors, vector A and vector B, then cos theta is equal to vector A dot vector B divide magnitude of vector A into magnitude of vector B. So this is the rule to find the angle between any two vectors. So here first of all we have two vectors, first is A, second is I. So we write A mean a1i plus b1j plus c1k dot I divide magnitude of vector A into magnitude of vector I is equal to cos theta. Cos theta mean cos pi by 3. Cos theta is equal to A dot B divide magnitude of A into magnitude of vector B. So this implies cos pi by 3 value is 1 upon 2 is equal to I dot I is 1, so A1. Next is 0 because j is not available. Because A is a unit vector, so magnitude of A is 1. I is also unit vector, so its magnitude is also 1. So first of all A1 value is 1 by 2. Similarly angle is pi by 4 with j, so we write cos pi by 4 is equal to a1i plus b1j plus c1k dot with j dot j divide magnitude of A into magnitude of B. Second vector is j. So this implies cos pi by 4 is 1 upon square root 2 is equal to j dot j is 1. So B1 denominator is 1. So the value of B1 is here. Okay. Now next third C1, that is cos theta. Cos theta is equal to theta with k. We write a1i plus b1j plus c1k dot k divide magnitude of a plus into magnitude of k. This implies cos theta is equal to, here k dot k is 1, so c1 denominator is again 1. Right? Now the thing is, this is given a unit vector a. We say because a is a unit vector, so a1 square plus b1 square plus c1 square is equal to 1. That is 1 by 4 plus 1 by 2 plus cos square theta is equal to 1. So we say cos square theta is equal to 1 minus 1 by 4 minus 1 by 2, which is equal to 8 is the LCM, 4 is the LCM, 4 minus 1 minus 2. So cos square theta is equal to 1 by 4 implies cos theta is equal to plus minus 1 by 2, but acute angle mean 1 by 2. Now 1 by 2 mean theta is equal to pi by 3. Right? So hence find the components. So what are the components? Vector A is equal to a1i plus b1j plus c1k. What is a1? a1 is 1 by 2 I plus what is b1? 1 upon square root 2 j plus c1 is cos theta, value is 1 by 2 k. So these are the components of vector A, hence the result. Now question number 11, find lambda and mu, value of lambda and mu if cross product of 2i plus 6j plus 27k and I plus lambda j plus mu k is vector 0. So this we can write I j k. Coefficient of I is 2, coefficient of j 6, coefficient of k 27. Here coefficient of I is 1, j coefficient is lambda, k coefficient is mu. 0 vector mean 0i plus 0k j plus 0k. Okay, now we solve this. This implies I cap into, this becomes 6 mu minus 27 lambda minus j, we have 2 mu minus 27 plus k unit k. This way we have 2 lambda minus 6 is equal to 0i plus 0j plus 0k. Now equating them, coefficient of I is 6 mu minus 27 lambda is equal to coefficient of I is 0, coefficient of j is minus 2 mu plus 27, coefficient of j is 0, coefficient of k is 2 lambda minus 6, coefficient of k is 0. So from here the value of mu is 27 upon 2. From here the coefficient of value of lambda is 6 upon 2 3. If we substitute these two values, so we say satisfied. That is 6 into 27 upon 2 minus 27 into 3 is equal to 0. Hence the values. Next, question number 12. Find the area of the triangle with vertices A 112, B 235, C 155. So here what we do, first of all let AB is equal to vector A, that is position vector of B minus position vector of A. That is, we can write 2 minus 1 1i, 3 minus 1 2j, 5 minus 2 3k. Similarly, let AC is equal to vector B is equal to, AC mean 1 minus 1 0i, 5 minus 1 4j, 5 minus 2 3k. Right? So area of the triangle is, area of triangle ABC half magnitude of determinant of I j k. Coefficient of I is 1 2 3. Here coefficient of this vector 0 4 3. So this becomes 1 by 2 into I into 2 into 3 6 minus 4 into 3 12 minus j into 3 minus 0 plus k into 1 into 4 4 minus 0 modulus sign, because area is always in, or area is always non-negative. 1 by 2 into its magnitude, we can say the magnitude. So what we have, 6 minus 12 is minus 6i, this is minus 3j plus 4k. So again we take the magnitude 1 by 2 into square root of coefficient of I is minus 6 whole square plus coefficient of j is minus 3 whole square plus coefficient of k is 4 whole square. So this becomes 36 plus 9 plus 4 4s are 16. So this is equal to square root of 61 upon 2 square units. So next question, question number 13. Find the area of the parallelogram whose adjacent sides are determined by the vectors vector A is equal to I minus j plus 3k and vector B is equal to 2i minus 7j plus k. So here the required area of the parallelogram whose adjacent sides are determined by the vectors vector A and B is equal to say vector A cross product vector B, its magnitude. Okay, so this is equal to, we say I j k. Coefficient of I is 1 minus 1 3. Here coefficients are 2 minus 7 1. So this is equal to I into minus 1 plus 7 into 3 21, 1 minus 1 plus 21 minus j into 1 minus 6 plus k into minus 7 plus 2 its modulus. So which is equal to 21, magnitude. 21 minus 1 is 20i, this is minus 5 plus 5 j Next is minus 5k, its magnitude. We can take 5 common, so we are left with 5 into 4 20 I plus 1j minus 1k, right? Again this is equal to 5 into square root of 4 whole square is 16 plus 1 plus 1. This is equal to 5 square root of 16 17 18. Okay, again we can write this as 9 into 2 18. 9 means 3, 3 5 into 3 15 square root of 2 square units. This is the area of the given parallelogram. Question number 14. Let vector A, vector B, vector C are given. Find a vector D which is perpendicular to both A and B, and C dot D is equal to 15. So first of all, vector D is perpendicular to vector A and vector D is perpendicular to vector B, implies vector D is equal to vector A cross vector B. So this is equal to, what is this, I j k. What is I? A coefficient of A 1 4 2, coefficient of B 3 minus 2 7. So this is equal to, we say I into 28 plus 4 minus j into 6 minus 7 plus k into minus 2 minus 12. So again which is equal to 32i plus j minus 14k. Now next thing, this is also given. We can say any vector D, we can also multiply this with any number k into k. Okay, into k. So into k. Now this is also given. C dot D is equal to 15. So what is C? This is here 2i minus j plus 4k dot D. D mean 32k I plus k j plus 14 minus 14 k into k cap is equal to 15, right? So this implies 32 into 2 64 minus k into k minus 14 into 4 minus 56k is equal to 15. So from here the value of, we can say 7k is equal to 15. That is, the value of k is 15 upon 7. So 52 upon 7, 15 upon 7, the value k is inserted here. We have now 15 upon 7 into 32i plus j minus 14k is the required unit vector, required vector D. Now next question. Question number 15. The scalar product of the vector I plus j plus k with the unit vector along the sum of the vectors 2i plus 4j minus 5k and lambda I plus 2j plus 3k is equal to 1. Find the value of lambda. First of all, we find the sum of these two vectors. We suppose here, let sum of this 2i plus 4j minus 5k and lambda I plus 2j plus 3k, suppose this is vector B. So what we say, vector B is equal to 2 plus lambda into I plus 4 plus 2 6j minus 5 plus 3 minus 2k. So this is the value of vector B. Now what is unit vector along the sum? So B cap mean vector B divide magnitude of vector B. So this is equal to 2 plus lambda. Here we find magnitude of vector B, which is equal to square root of 2 plus lambda whole square plus 6 whole square plus minus 2 whole square. So this is equal to 4 plus 4 lambda plus lambda square plus 36 plus 4. Again this is equal to square root of 44 plus 4 lambda plus lambda square. So we say 2 plus lambda I plus 6j minus 2k. Divide this magnitude value is square root of lambda square plus 4 lambda plus 44. Now this is given that scalar product of this vector with this B cap is equal to 1. That is, we say this vector dot B cap, this vector is equal to 1. Now how to find the dot product? Coefficient of I dot their product, that is 1 into 2 plus lambda becomes 2 plus lambda plus coefficient of j is 1 into 6 is 6 plus coefficient of k is 1, coefficient of k is minus 2, product is minus 2. Divide this, we write here as it is square root of lambda square plus 4 lambda plus 44 equal to 1. Okay, so this implies 6 plus lambda is equal to square root of lambda square plus 4 lambda plus 44. Squaring both sides, we get 36 plus 6 into 2 12 lambda plus lambda square is equal to lambda square plus 4 lambda plus 44. So this again implies lambda square cancelled. 12 lambda minus 4 lambda is 8 lambda is equal to 44 minus 36 is 8. So the value of lambda is 1. So hence find the value of lambda. Value of lambda is 1. Next question. Question number 16. If vector A, B, C are mutually perpendicular vectors of equal magnitudes, show that the vector A plus B plus C is equally inclined to vector A, B and C. Here first of all, what is given? Vector A, B, C are mutually perpendicular vectors. So it means vector A dot vector B is 0. Vector B dot vector C is 0. Vector C dot vector A is also equal to 0. Of equal magnitudes, it means magnitude of A, if this is equal to K, then magnitude of B vector will also be equal to K, and magnitude of vector C is also equal to K. So this is given. This is given to us. Now what is show that A plus B plus C is equally inclined to A, B and C. Here again we use the formula. If theta is the angle between vector A and vector B, then we have cos theta is equal to dot product A and B divide magnitude of A and magnitude of B. So here first of all, let theta 1 is the angle between A plus B plus C and A. So we assume theta 1 between angle between a plus b plus c and vector a. So cos theta 1 is equal to a plus b plus c dot a divide magnitude of first vector into magnitude of second vector. So this is equal to a dot a is magnitude of a whole square plus b dot a plus c dot a divide, suppose a plus b plus c, or we write it as it is a plus b plus c, and c magnitude of a is taken here k, right? So next this is b dot a, b dot a is 0, c dot a is also 0, so the value becomes mod of magnitude of a whole square is k square, k square upon k is k, so k divide a plus b plus c. Similarly, if we suppose theta 1 is the angle between a plus b plus c and b, then we write cos theta 2 is equal to a plus b plus c dot b vector divide magnitude of first vector into magnitude of second vector. This is equal to, again, because a dot b is 0, b dot b is b, magnitude of b whole square divide, this is a plus b plus c into magnitude of b, 1 is cancelled, so again this is equal to k divide magnitude of a plus b plus c. Likewise, suppose theta 3 is the angle between a plus b plus c and vector c, so we write cos theta 3 is equal to a plus b plus c dot c vector divide first vector magnitude second vector magnitude. So this again implies that cos theta 3 is equal to k upon a plus b plus c. Okay, so mean to say, if we suppose this is number 1, this, so what we say, cos theta 1 equal to cos theta 2 equal to cos theta 3. The conclusion is theta 1 equal to theta 2 is equal to theta 3. So show that these vectors they are equally inclined. So of course they are equally inclined. This is the result. Thank you very much. This way we have solved all the